Dear students, in our first video on quantitative aptitude and logical reasoning, we have seen the detailed syllabus and what are course learning objectives for this course. And in this second video, we will see what are the prerequisites for the course. Prerequisites means what are the things you should be ready with so that it will be better for us to understand this course easily. And for convenience, I have divided this video into two parts. So in first part, we will be seeing the prerequisites for quantitative aptitude separately, and in this second part, we will see what are the prerequisites for logical reasoning. So I suggest you to see the video completely to understand what are the things you should be ready with for successful initiation of this course. First prerequisite for quantitative aptitude is you should be knowing mathematical tables up to 25. That means if you have understood the syllabus which we discussed in the last video, you might have seen many topics. For many topics, you will be needing the multiplication and quick understanding of mathematics tables. So suddenly if someone asks what is 22 eights are, you should be in a position to say immediately what the answer is. So such is the requirement for this course. So before we start this course, I want every one of you to be thorough with mathematical tables. Second prerequisite is you should be thorough with squares up to 30 and cubes up to 15. So again, if I ask you what is 16 square, you should be in a position to say what is 16 square immediately. Because, for example, let us take a topic, a series. There is a topic called series completion. If a series is given like this, uh, 25, 36, 49, something is left, and if it is given 81. This is a simple example I am taking. So if a question asks you what fills this blank, it is easy to guess. This is 5 square, 6 square, 7 square, this is 9 square, so it should be 8 square, so it will be 64. Questions may not be this simple when we start the topic, but if you know the squares up to 30 and cubes up to 15, then it will be comfortable for you to understand the concept. Once we start, you cannot look back again, open your books or open your calculator to see the numbers, to see the squares or cubes. That would not help. So I suggest you strongly once again take those, write these squares and cubes in a book and just try to recollect all these squares and cubes. This is going to be very, very important. Then number types. Again, when you see these, it may be childish for you, but once you get into the concepts, you will understand how important these are. So you should know the difference between natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, non-positive, non-negative, even numbers, odd numbers, prime numbers, co-prime numbers. So there are many such types of numbers which you should be knowing so that you can do or understand this aptitude well. Next requirement is again you should be good at arithmetic, all arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus operator. So these are very basic but comes very handy while you do this aptitude. And basic mathematics formulae. Aptitude is nothing but, just to simplify, the complete syllabus of aptitude is simply class 6 to class 10th mathematics, but in a quick format. So you should be thorough with all algebra formulas, like what is a plus b whole square, a plus b whole cube, a plus b plus c whole square. So such formulae you should be thorough with. So I suggest you to refer, open your math textbooks, or just surf the internet, just go through the formulas. I will also share all these important formulas with you either in CMS, or I will share links of these formulas in this video description for your quick reference. So just go through them. It is not that you don't know, but it will be a quick revision for you. And arithmetic progression and geometric progression, and what are the areas of square, circle, etc. What is isosceles triangle? What is the area of equilateral triangle? So all these things you should be knowing. And yes, concepts of logarithmics. What is log ab? You should be knowing log a plus log b. And what is log a by b? Log a minus log b. So such simple formulas also comes handy, because in the less time available, I can't discuss all these formulas again. So these are basic things which you should be knowing. And concepts of trigonometry, sine, cos, etc. So you should be thorough with all these things to do well with aptitude. And then prerequisites of logical reasoning. So first you should have a creative mindset. Well, let me tell you, if you don't understand what the word reasoning is all about uh, logical thinking and problem solving ability. So it helps you to make proper judgments. Reasoning helps you to make proper judgments about anything, any situation. So this is not a formula. There will be no formula in reasoning. Everything is about quick thinking, logical thinking, judgment. So yeah, these are prerequisites for reasoning: logical mindset, instinct to solve puzzles, reading comprehension, decision making abilities. I would like to brief all these things very quickly. I will brief you all those things. Yeah, you should be having creative mindset, thinking out of the box. You should have this attitude to do well with reasoning. And then comes very important, instinct to solve puzzles. How many times it happened with us that we look at a puzzle, maybe in a newspaper or maybe in a magazine or maybe somewhere in some WhatsApp status, and we don't have that instinct to solve it, so we just leave it. Not that we don't want to solve it, not that we cannot solve it, but somehow we don't have that instinct to solve that puzzle or kind of things, how basic it may be. So to do well with reasoning, you should develop that instinct to solve puzzles. So one with this attitude, a positive instinct towards inclination towards solving this kind of puzzles, brain teasers, etc., has a probability, more probability to do well with reasoning. Yes, this is very, very, very important, guys. Reading comprehension. Reasoning is very famous for lengthy questions. So the questions will be very lengthy. For many topics, you will be given a a detailed explanation, or very lengthy explanation, which you should understand in less time available with you. When I said less time, you will not have time to reread it or go back to see the details again. In one glance of a question, you should understand what the question is asking from you. For that, you should be very good at understanding. Comprehension is nothing but understanding. So if you develop this habit of reading, if you develop this quality of understanding So if you can understand something, seeing it only once, then it will be very easy for you. So this is very, very important, because every time we say aptitude, it will be quick, sorry, reasoning. You should understand the things very quickly. Then decision making abilities. So many a times for many topics, you will come across a situation where you have to decide with vague information given, not complete information given. In question may not give you the 100% information. So with less information available or with limited information available, you should be able to take a decision whether the decision is yes, no, or maybe. So some topics like data sufficiency. So there are many topics. All the topics uh, expect you to be very good at decision making. So this is again another prerequisite which you have to develop. And yeah, so lastly, irrespective of how much you know maths, irrespective of how much you are good at judgments, irrespective of how much you are good at uh, reasoning, but you have to do hands-on practice, without which you cannot do well in this subject, or it becomes difficult. Let me change the sentence. It is very, very difficult to get to be better with this subject without hands-on practice. So irrespective of whether it is aptitude or reasoning, you watch videos, you listen to class, you read formulae, you refer to material, but that will be of very less help for you. If you want to master this quantitative aptitude and logical reasoning, getting hands-on is probably the only way you can master it. And to get better, keep your all electronic devices away. Go back to your you know big books which has problems to solve. Keep solving. That should only be your mantra. And if you have forgotten your habit, it is a time for you to trigger that habit of solving problems hands on again. And lastly, I would like to very quickly share what might be the challenges you might face during the course. uh, so firstly, number of class hours versus syllabus. Yes, this is a one credit course. So when I said one credit course, uh, if situation doesn't become better due to this, because of this pandemic, we will be getting only 12 hours weekly, 1 hour. So this 12, we are going to only get 12 classes. But let me tell you, syllabus is vast. So live discussions may be only in the slot given in the timetable, but I will be ready to uh, explain you the concepts maybe in the recorded sessions, and will upload the videos every now and then. In even if we don't have classes, but wherever it is needed for me, wherever is the requirement, I will not hesitate to record a class, and I will upload it in YouTube, and I will share you the links accordingly in the CMS or in the WhatsApp groups. But you have to take that extra pain to develop this habit of online learning. So syllabus is vast, and number of class hours we get uh, are less. It is not expected, but we should be ready with it. Then yeah, this is another problem which uh, even we are seeing this current final year students, previous batches, their preparation of aptitude and reasoning will be never ending. We try to find what could be the reason. They are referring to multiple sources. When I said aptitude, you will find n number of sources on internet, and n number of books or question banks or questions. So I have given what are the textbooks for this course. I suggest you to get those textbooks. I strongly suggest you to get those textbooks, because you cannot every time sit before an electronic device and uh, do the practice. Anyway, I will also share. Okay, I will share in this video description itself. I will give you the links of soft copies of textbooks for both aptitude and reasoning. But I suggest you to get the textbook, buy it, because that will be very very helpful for you. Both, I have mentioned the textbooks. We have two textbooks, one for aptitude and one for reasoning. So I suggest you to get those textbooks. Please do not refer to all the sources. It will be never ending if you start looking at internet for the same topic. You keep on seeing n number of videos, but still you cannot. You think you could not master the subject. So I suggest you not to go for too many. Stick to one textbook. And yeah, as I was telling you, never ending question bank. This aptitude is a syllabus for almost all the competitive exams. You name it, it is there. You like we discussed in the last video, you name gate, it is there. GRE, it is there. MAT, it is there. CAT, it is there. Technical government exams, it is there. Non-technical government exams, it is there. Indian engineering service, it is there. So you name it, it is there. So you will see huge question bank, and at different levels. We may be discussing at level 1, but questions may be at level 10 in those exams or whatever. But you cannot get driven by all those, seeing all those questions. It is good if you can refer it, but uh, I suggest you, uh, don't panic seeing the never ending question bank. And yeah, it always expects you to uh, prepare consistently, and especially for this subject. If you avoid the habit of consistency, then trust me, uh, a day before exam it will be very very difficult. Unlike other subjects, you cannot solve the questions given in the exam, you cannot master it. So continuity is very very important. And don't postpone your preparation. Yes, as I was telling you, unlike other subjects, you cannot recollect the concept unless otherwise you do hands-on and you practice continuously. So yeah, yes, when you do continuous preparation, you will have continuous motivation. So these are the prerequisites which I thought to share with you. So when the classes start on 3rd of August, get ready to dive into the subject. Hope these inputs are helpful for you, and I expect you to be ready with all these prerequisites what we have discussed in this video.